Welcome to another episode of Uncommon Finds. We've got a whole post-it note of cool things to talk about. Stay tuned.
All right.
Hey Corey,
How you doing?
happy haircut
Thank you. And beard shave.
and beard shave. Well, it came back pretty quick.
No, this is shaven.
Yeah, well, looks
We're
nice.
like almost
Either
on
way,
the same level right now.
head's back to looking super small, but you're getting a lot of compliments on it.
I am. I've never got more compliments on my hair than this haircut.
Really?
Yeah, for like 5 years I've realized that I've looked terrible.
Yeah, because I was gonna say you have a lot of different haircuts. So for this to be the most compliments,
Mhm.
what do you think it is?
Because I look normal.
Do you think you get more compliments on the brow waxing that you get or the haircut?
I do not wax my brows.
Come on, you go to
No.
that threader?
No, I don't.
Come on.
I don't.
Who shapes your brows?
Me?
Anastasia? Down in Beverly Hills?
Bev.
All right, anyways. Okay, so we're diving in today. I mean, I guess,
Do you want to do an outfit?
yeah,
check?
we got to start with the Cool Guy Corey outfit check. And you've kind of, like, you've cleaned up the hair and then, like, went, I don't know,
I'm
dad on the outfit.
Yeah, dad look.
The dad look is in. So why don't you share with us what you have?
I'm gonna stand on the table maybe, or just on the chair.
Oversized jeans?
Yep, some New Balances, gold toe white socks, oversized acid wash, cuffed up, and then this sweatshirt I had made.
So no hoodies.
No
Because
hoodies.
hoodies were hot. We actually talked about hoodies on an Uncommon Find episode not that long ago.
Yeah, but no, hoodies are out, and then hoodless sweatshirts in with a logo. that you
And
made
you've
yourself.
been making your own.
Yeah.
And where have you been doing that? Because that's sort of
Printful.
So Printful, you go and you buy a blank gray,
And you choose any logo from the internet.
any logo from the internet,
Whether it's
super
trademarked or
illegal,
not.
but all right.
And you put it on there. And this is an ode to Sam Snout from UC Irvine. And I put it on there, and
And
it's
is there, like-
$27 shipped out the door. Boom.
Is there a name for this style? Like there was athleisure was a style for a while. Like you
Dad.
haven't just dad.
Dad.
Okay, but no dad hat.
No dad hat today.
Okay, but normally you have a hat that literally says dad on it.
Dad trademark. I was the first person to ever wear a dad hat that says dad on it.
All right. Well, I guess there you go, people.
I
Hopefully
do have a
that-
friend though that has a better dad hat than me.
Really? What is
Yeah,
it?
it's a hat that he went into his dad's closet and took it out. And
So it's literally his dad's
his
hat.
dad's hat.
That's fair. That's fair game. All right. Well, we've got let's see, 6 things to roll through today.
Yeah.
So the first one, some of you guys may have seen our partner and business colleague Jordan out at the Combine this week on SportsCenter, NFL Network, talking about
NFL
Deshaun,
Insiders?
NFL Insiders. He got into it pretty hard with Bill Polian. Maybe we could link up that video right
Yeah,
there
Bill.
for people. Bill Polian came at Jordan pretty hard, but something else exciting happened at the Combine.
John Ross.
John Ross,
Local kid.
local kid from
Paulie.
Long Beach Poly, broke the Combine record for the 40.
Yeah, 4.22.
And pulled a hamstring in the process?
Yes.
Did he even run twice or just
I
ran
think
once?
he just ran once.
Pulled the hamstring and shut it down.
Gosh, think about how fast 4.22 seconds for 40 yards is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Your car does do that?
Nah, maybe. Maybe.
I don't know if anybody in the office has a car that can do that.
Really fast, but what's interesting about it is that Adidas, who every year tries to capitalize on the 40-yard dash to create some sort of PR stunt, right? So this year, they said if anybody broke the Combine record wearing their new Adidas cleats, they were going to get an island.
Up to $1 million.
Right.
Yeah.
So they like all their advertising had these like real estate listings of all these different islands that were available for less than $1 million. And John Ross not wearing Adidas.
Not wearing Adidas.
So
What an idiot.
the question is, did he blow it? I mean, should he have, knowing that he has a shot to break the record, should he have been going for the island?
I mean, how many times in your life do you have a chance for somebody else to give you an island?
Yeah, not very often.
No, never.
Right. And like, what did Nike? There's no way Nike paid John Ross $1 million.
No,
right?
no.
No chance. What I think, so this is what we were talking about. I think what John should have done is they go to Nike beforehand and they say, all right, look, Adidas is trying this BS PR stunt about trying to get people to wear their crappy cleats. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna wear Adidas for the race. We're gonna get the island. I'm gonna throw my Adidas cleats in the ocean, plant a Nike flag on the island, and call it Nike Island, and sign with Nike.
Yeah, and then turn it into like a Nike training center.
Oh, that would have been ultimate.
Or the 40-yard dash.
That would have been great. So John Ross, you blew it. Nike, you blew it. Adidas,
Why didn't he? Like, do you think he's already signed with Nike? Do they do that at this
No,
point?
but I think part of it is like Adidas actually makes you sign a contract.
Oh, you have to sign a deal with them. But you think about right now, if you are signing a contract with a shoe brand,
Yep.
who are you signing with?
I mean, I'm Adidas.
Yeah, 100%. Yes.
I mean, I'm wearing Yeezy cleats.
Yes, exactly. That's the thing. Is like right now, nobody wants to sign with Nike. They haven't had a shoe
Right.
that's come out that's been cool in.
Well, I mean, I'm
6
I'm
months?
probably going with the Chef Curry cleats.
Okay, but you're cruising.
All right, so that's what we saw at the combine. Next thing, Corey actually went on vacation. He's used up all of his vacation days for the year.
Not true.
We're in February.
Not true.
So a
We're
valuable
in March.
employee here in CTC in March.
We're in March, and I haven't used them all up. I got
And-
trips coming. I'm going to Tulum end of the year.
It'll be beautiful. But what you just used it on was a big 5-day trip out to the Daytona 500.
Yes, Daytona 500. As a kid growing up with my dad, we watched the Daytona 500 all the time. So
Come on.
I swear to you, my dad loves NASCAR.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so you and 5 friends decided to pack up, rented an RV, and stayed on the infield for 5 days down in Daytona.
Went
Florida.
to Daytona.
And can you share with us about that experience?
Yeah, there was no vegetables. They do not eat vegetables at Daytona. It was sorry, I got distracted. They're being loud in there.
Yeah, I know. They told us though, we'll get around.
I know the video team. We were talking about Daytona. So it was. Well, first of all, like I can't get over the fact that like I'm not an RV person. I can't stay in trailers.
5 guys in one RV?
Yeah, so I had like if you're thinking like tour bus, like traveling the world,
Right.
hip hop star, I had like one of those bunks on the
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
But it was too short for me, and it's not like my feet just hung over the bed.
There's
there was
nowhere
nowhere to hang.
Right, you just crumple up.
Yeah, and I'm not a sleeper like in a ball. I like to spread out
Yeah.
and everything. So that was bad. So the whole experience is crazy. We're next to these people and they taught us all about NASCAR, like the economics behind NASCAR and like the drivers and the teams, and like I didn't really know much about that going into it. It's just like the team of NASCAR is just like being on any team. You're on the Patriots, there's an owner. That person, it comes all the way from now. It costs $36 million per car team per year to run an entire NASCAR season. $36 million. That's why you see those things look like damn crazy billboards, because
They need to make that money.
they need the money. The drivers are salary paid, but the purses are crazy. The winner got like 1.5 million. Last place got like $600,000. So there's purses.
Communist. Communist sport.
Communist sport. But the craziest thing is that they let you bring in your own beer to the track.
So you like hand them your ticket and you're holding
Yes.
a 30 rack and they're
Yes.
like, come on through, sir.
Yes, and I would say as a fan experience for so that's their Super Bowl.
Right.
It was awesome. Like 30 minutes before the race, you're just sitting on the track, signing the track. The drivers drive by you and everything, and it's
Crazy.
just like you're just sitting on the checker line there, 30
Did
minutes
you
before
sign
the
it?
race. Yeah,
What'd you write?
you don't want to know.
I don't.
Yeah, because it's like an elitist hashtag that you don't know anything
Oh,
about.
Pat's gone missing.
Lost with Pat.
Yeah,
That's my friend Pat.
Yeah, that was bad. So one of the things, so Kayla, we were debating like, do we
Yes.
activate in this
Oh, so
community?
much
in this
Kayla
way?
there.
So that's
So
good.
much Kayla.
So let me ask you though, like, would you recommend a brand go to the Daytona 500 and activate if that's their target audience?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know about a brand like a consumer good. I think beer companies and like Redman and those type of places should definitely be activating there. But I think that it is a good activation. Maybe.
What about the chefs? Like if you're Chef's Cut, would you go?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
People would have loved it.
Yeah.
Lots of people to interact
A
with.
lot of people interactive, and like the cost to like buy like a hot dog or that type of stuff was super affordable. Like,
Interesting. So it's
everything-
not like a sporting event normally. $12
No.
hot dogs. And
No.
Interesting.
But you pay a lot to get into the race, but other than that, it's
Was
just
the
cool.
cigarettes? The cigarettes were cheap. Or-
Cigarettes, I don't know.
They were affordable, I
I
bet.
haven't bought a cigarette in my life.
Good. So that's it. NASCAR. Check it out. If you're
Yeah.
a brand that you think that matches that audience, maybe a consumable product. It's a
I'm heading
heck
out
of
to
a-
Fontucky, as they call it.
No, you're like in now.
Boy, I got friends.
Nice. All right. Well, next on the list we have a Netflix special that
Yeah.
we came across. So,
Do you want to just bring him in now so he can try and talk
Street
about
Pete?
Yeah.
No, I'm not letting him have this one because I found this one first, way before him. He tried to put it on the list today, but I already had it.
He hasn't even finished season 1 of Narcos.
I know he's way behind. That's his Netflix pace. He's a little behind. He's got to go to the gym every day still.
That's true.
Trying
And
to
sit in
stay
traffic.
Yeah. So with our designers here, we're always trying to find ways to gain new inspiration, learn from other people. us as partners, none of us have like our core skill as design, like, so that's not any of our background. So in terms of being able to teach or educate our designers or help them improve, like we have to sort of find third-party resources to assist with that. So one of the things that we found that we love is a new series on Netflix called Abstract, which is 12 episodes of different designers in different industries sharing their craft, how they're inspired, how they work. Really cool show. The second episode is Tinker Hatfield from Nike, so the famous Air Jordan designer. There's an illustrator that does stuff for the New Yorker. You've got stage designers. You've got all sorts of different people across different industries, and it's super rad, super inspiring. So each week, our design team, we watch an episode, and then we get together and we pull some learnings from it. So it's been a fun little activity and a cool thing to watch.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I'm moving, so I'm cutting the cord basically. So I'm saving up all my watching stuff until I move. So I haven't watched it yet, but I think that I'll like be sold on it once the greatest designer of all time comes on.
Is that Kanye?
No, Eve.
Oh, Eve Bahar.
He
actually there might actually be an Eve
already.
episode. Yeah.
Oh, so it's released like a Netflix
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. So all 12. There might be an Eve Bahar episode. Can you check that, Street Pete? No Eve.
Do you know who Eve Bahar is?
Can you name one product he's designed? I bet.
I can.
What?
Whitewater.
Yeah, I was just gonna. That was the best reference that nobody knows.
Whitewater.
Eve Bahar. Have you seen his new one? The like outfit for old people to wear that's got like cords that basically like helps them stand up and stuff. So it's basically, if you think about like a bionic man, where if like part of the problem when you get old is that like you lose the elasticity response in your ligaments. So like it's harder to do things like, because part of it is like things bounce back when you're young. So it's like basically a system that like, think of a cord that goes from like your hip to your hamstring that makes your knee respond faster and your back. Like it's this crazy suit. Look it up. Eve Bahar, old people bionic suit or something.
Yeah, look it up and comment on your favorite Eve Bahar design. You guys are gonna be like, this guy.
He's designed everything you ever heard. The other obvious one is the speaker.
The speaker, the
Bluetooth.
The Bluetooth.
What's the company? Why are we blanking on this? The most famous Bluetooth speaker.
Huey Boom.
Oh my gosh. Huey Boom. We'll come back to it. But yeah, Jawbone.
Jawbone, yes.
He's the Jawbone Bluetooth designer, the one that's like got the wavy materials that you used to jam out to by the pool.
Yeah, he's got the water system thing.
Yeah, just a ton of rad stuff. But yeah, he should be on there.
Yeah,
we should submit that. Who else? Give me some other names on the abstract thing real fast, Street Pete. Who else can we look forward to reading?
The global head of design for Fiat Chrysler.
Oh, Ralph.
Ralph.
Okay, cool. Fiat.
Ralph.
Architect Bjarke Ingels.
Cool. Some architecture.
Ilse Crawford, interior designer. She's done high-end hotels and IKEA furniture.
Rad. IKEA furniture designer.
Colin Powell.
Colin Powell.
Colin Powell, the Secretary of State.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Who?
A photographer.
Nice. So pretty much covers every sort of artistic craft on design. So cool episodes. Check them out. So with that, we'll bring in. Now we'll actually let Street Pete circle around here to the camera. Come on in. Team Issue Polo.
One of my favorites.
Pete has probably the deepest. Are you going around the other way?
Yeah.
Oh my. Pete has one of the deepest collections of Team Issue Polos. That's what happens when you are
I've never seen a Team Issue Polo.
career intern.
Never seen a Team Issue Polo from where he actually went to school.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't have the what are the Tigers?
The Lions.
What's the lion's name?
I don't really know.
How come you don't have a sweatshirt like this with a lion on it?
Corey and I were designing one last week, but I haven't gotten around to ordering it yet.
Yeah.
Budget cuts?
Yeah.
How come you don't have Leslie Knope on a t-shirt?
I don't even know who Leslie Knope is.
It's a big problem. All right, well, so Pete, you've got a couple things for us today. Do you want to talk about this?
I don't know.
So why don't you explain your seating box and why this struck us as so interesting? So why don't you give a little context to one of the things you're working on here at CTC, and then we can explain how this cool thing fits into it.
Sure. One of the things I'm working on here at CTC is putting together
That was
boxes.
good. You can tell a kid's right out of college when he answers a question by restating the question. That's the ultimate test response tactic. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. So you can figure
It's
out.
never failed.
Yeah.
It's never failed. So I'm working on these boxes that are centered around different events in the year. So the first one is a gift box centered around spring training. The second one is for the CrossFit Games. The third one's for NFL spring training, and the fourth one's for holiday.
So we do product seeding for ambassadors. So we go to a company and we create sort of a interaction where we create an email exchange, a bunch of companies. We create a rad box that gets sent to a bunch of ambassadors. They post content, et cetera, et cetera. So if you're interested in accessing baseball players or interested in CrossFit as a target audience, Pete has a great program that could get you into those places. But one of those things is when we send the product to the athletes, we want to make it as cool a presentation as possible. And we came across this rad thing that got sent to us the other day.
So we came across this thing called VPAC,
That's
Want
vpak.com.
to show the camera?
and they're kind of
Give
like
them the whole
these.
experience. Show it how it like
They're
autoplays.
kind of like these digital invitations with a little screen inside, and it
And autoplays.
autoplays some sort of message here within the screen.
So this is a video company. We have to give appropriate shout out here to Think Media, some friends of mine from in Columbus, or maybe they're in Cleveland, but they're in Ohio. And they sent this to us. So you open it up and it autoplays on a video screen. They're real. They're a video production company. A little note here. And then I can literally toggle between, they have different reels. That's their sports reel. This is their 3D design reel, volume up, volume down. And this video, the battery on it, we've had this thing for weeks, and it's still playing. So really cool little system here. And it auto plays on open. So check out, if you are
think they're
doing
pretty
any
affordable,
seating.
too.
Yeah, they're not,
Yeah.
do we end up getting a quote back?
Yeah, they're expensive.
Oh.
They're
not.
pricey, give me a price, what is it?
I'm not sure. It depends on the quantity and what you want your video to say, but
Ballpark?
The length of the video, is that
yeah,
what?
the length of the video, what you want in it, the size of the screen, they can change that too. So I don't know.
So
All
you were
sorts of
looking into
custom-
they can do custom boxes where you open it up and the video plays,
yeah,
right? Which
we
is
do
what we're
boxes,
looking into.
invitations, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, so you could imagine they could do a custom inset box with your product. You open it up and it plays a video right there. So pretty rad little technology. Good shout out to VPAC.
You have to go with a huge box for what you got coming.
Huge. Nerf guns. you
Yeah.
name it.
So maybe that takes us to the next thing on the list, which was Nerf guns. So we have boxes and boxes of Nerf guns in this office. Why?
Do you think they're making a resurgence?
I mean,
Have they gone anywhere? I just grew up.
I saw the guy who invented the Super Soaker. I saw I read an article about him as a designer the other day. He's the guy who invented the Super Soaker. Not sure that has anything to do with what we're
I
talking
mean,
about.
what a great name though. Like
If
Super
you-
Soaker became synonymous with water gun, right?
Right. It's
Water gun just
Kleenex.
died.
Yeah.
It's like Advil.
If I'm in a water fight though, I don't want a super soaker.
Well, speaking of
I
that one,
want the
which
single pull, single press. You know what I'm talking about?
oh,
like the two.
no,
you don't.
That thing.
those things are so
Yeah,
hard to
that
thing
load
lasts
though.
no- you're
It's
just
like
not
you're
strong.
like this.
You're just not strong
Slow
enough.
load.
You're not strong enough.
There's no portion control. It's like those little hummus cups. Like you need the hummus cup so you don't eat.
And you
hummus.
you
But what
have to
happens when
you
you
can
run
only
out?
shoot really hard.
When you run out of water, you run it back to the hose. I'm just jumping in the pool, going under, swimming, coming out,
No,
blasting.
you're loading so slow. You're
No?
loading so slow.
Okay,
with
we'll
that.
have that battle. Does anybody have a pool?
So we've been having Nerf gun wars around the office, hunt and kill. So we've got one person that hides, the other person that hunts. Real.
But
you
the
know.
thing that Nerf needs to figure out is the biggest gun is not the best gun. With the most ammo, that one sucks.
Yeah, it doesn't shoot very
The
hard.
two-shot sawed-off shotgun.
Yeah, but that's kind of how it goes. That shoots powerful, a little bigger bullets, and the other one's it's supposed to be more accurate, but it's not.
Yeah, it's just
But
like-
we've also been having some accuracy challenges, and who won?
I did.
Okay,
You won, but then
Right.
I shot an apple off Robbie's head. Remember that?
right, but I did the throw it in the air and then shoot it.
With 10 tries. I shot an apple off Robbie's head, one shot, one apple.
Yeah, we also have a policy: if you shoot me in the neck, I break the gun over my knee because it's gotten a little out of hand.
Yeah.
But that's to be expected.
What
What
else?
else? What else
Yeah,
do you
what
got
else?
for us,
Eat?
Street Pete? Did you bring anything else to the table today? So, because
We were gonna talk about. Do you think we're better than Miles Garrett at anything?
Oh.
Yes, yes.
that's a
270 pounds,
yeah.
and he jumped higher than Odell Beckham.
So let's think about this. Okay, so Miles Garrett, defensive end from Tennessee, or
Texas
from
A&M.
Texas A&M, likely going to be the #1 overall pick unless the Browns screw it up, which they probably will.
He's gonna fall all the way to the pack.
So he ran 4.6. Jumped 41 inches.
Odell Beckham jumped 38 and a half.
Right. So super athlete. So the question is this like anything in the world, or is it just physical? Is there a physical?
Physically,
I beat him.
anything.
I beat him in ping pong. I beat him in bowling. I beat him in one-on-one basketball.
No.
I beat him in a home run.
Absolutely, you
I-
don't know people in basketball.
I beat him in a home run derby.
I don't know about that anymore.
I mean, the question is, in a decathlon, what does Miles Garrett beat me in?
Do you think you could beat him in anything in the combine?
I think. I mean, my peak physical form, I might have run a 4.62.
You think?
Yeah, that's like it's not super fast. It's like for super fast for a 275-pound man. What about? Do you think you beat Miles Garrett in a cook-off? Chili cook-off.
Chili
Cook-off. I made chili for the first time last week in my crock pot.
How'd it go?
It was good.
So there you go.
Turkey-
Chili
turkey
cook-off.
chili.
You versus Miles Garrett.
Absolutely.
I beat
You
him.
win.
100%.
I beat him in one thing.
What?
He trusts, or Young Metro trusts me more than he trusts him.
You think so?
Yes.
I watched a Vice special. Saw
The Atlanta one.
Corey showed. This is another good uncommon finds.
Yeah.
This will lead us into rap stacks.
Noisy.
So
Noisy
Corey,
Atlanta.
Corey's been telling me about this Young Metro character a bunch. We've
Metro
talked about
Boomin.
him before. Metro Boomin.
Greatest producer in the game.
Yeah, apparently, allegedly. And so I just have no idea who he is. So Corey showed me a Vice episode about, who is it about? Oh, 21 Savage.
21
Oh.
Savage. The
Migos
Migos.
and our Metro Boomin.
Yeah.
And it is,
And Killer Mike. They got all the,
I mean,
all the people.
it
from
is
the trap.
worth watching for sure, because just for the sake of watching the nerdy white guy that they send down there to interview them and ask questions, it is so good.
But is like, doesn't it just like kind of like you realize like where this music is coming from and like why people are gravitating towards it? Right?
I don't understand why you gravitate towards it.
Because I will never live that life.
So it's like intriguing to you?
It is so intriguing to me.
You don't wouldn't live the life of a jazz flutist, but you don't like that. You don't gravitate towards that.
I listen to that every once in a while.
I just you watch it and it is certainly fascinating.
What's
you
Metro
can't, you
Boomin's real
can't,
name?
You can't take your eyes
Metro
off.
Boomin's real name is Leland Tyler Wayne,
Leland.
professionally known as Metro Boomin.
But he's a smart man. He went to Emory
Yeah.
College, dropped out, and just started making
There's
beats.
no
and,
doubt that these guys are all talented.
21. It's not going to
21.
college.
I don't know. So check it out, Vice episode. And so on that, the other day we see a lot of interesting deals here at CTC, and one of them that fits right in this, Rap Snacks. So look up Rap Snacks on the internet.
Just
and
look it
you'll
up on
see
Spotify. Dabba Ranch.
Yeah, so #1 hit.
Number one hit.
So
Dabba Ranch.
so these guys, they started a series of companies, and it's actually really smart. So if you think about products that are super popular in those subcultures, one of them is Flaming Hot Cheetos and Takis,
Yeah, like
right?
Potato chips.
So the way it was pitched to us was that in these communities, everybody goes to the liquor store and they buy chips. The chips are a popular corner liquor store product. So this company started a product line called Rap Snacks. And they have a product with Fetty Wap. I think it's honey jalapeno chips from Fetty Wap. They have Migos, who have a product called sour cream with a dab of ranch.
Dabba Ranch.
Dab of ranch. And then Romeo has barbecuing with my honey.
Oh, Little Romeo.
Little Romeo. It's not Little anymore, just Romeo. But so Migos, to promote this, created a song called Dabba Ranch. And when I say created a song, I mean like turned their iPhone on and started
No,
saying.
this was on a Spotify session.
Oh,
You know
okay.
how Spotify does sessions
Yes.
where they bring people in? It was on a Spotify session. They just started talking.
So Corey, will you actually play the video right here
Yeah.
of our friend?
Hey, get you with a dabble wrench, with a dabble wrench, with a dabble wrench, we can make it happen. Hey, get your rap snacks. Hey, let me make it snapping. Get your rap snack with a dabble wrench. Get your rap snack with a dabble wrench. Okay. Dabble wrench. Get your rap snack with a dabble wrench. Ooh, dabble wrench. Dabble wrench. Dabble wrench. Dabble wrench. What the bag at? What is it? Dabble wrench. Dabble wrench. Ooh. In the trap store near you. Ooh. In the trap store near you. What you gonna do when you run across the aisle? CD3 on the
Right here
Yeah.
of our friends from Migos
The
singing
Migos.
The Migos doing
Name
the
all
Dabba
three.
Ranch
Name all
song.
three.
I can't. I just know the one guy with the glasses.
Quavo?
Okay. There's not three of them. There's only two.
No, there's three.
Oh, who are the other two?
Offset
Offset?
and Liftoff.
No one can name all three Migos. You can't. Can you name the third Migos?
Yeah. Quavo? Take off?
Oh, Takeoff. There you go. Liftoff.
Wow, you just lost some serious credibility there. So check it out. Buy some Rap Snacks.
Yeah.
We may be selling them online someday soon.
Do you know what that reminds me of? Is I was driving home. For those of you that don't know, I live in LA. It's a long ways away from work. But I was listening to How I Built This on Airbnb.
NPR?
Oh.
Yeah, Brian Chesky.
And they were talking about how they funded the survival of their company by making Cheerios.
Yes, I've heard about this.
So they basically bought up a bunch of cereal boxes and designed Barack Obama like special custom
Yep.
cereal boxes and printed only
Right in the
500
middle of the election, right?
Yeah, printed only 500 boxes and like put the old cereal in there and sold it, and they became like a limited edition cereal
Really?
boxes.
Yep.
And so when they went to present their idea at the incubator in San Francisco, they told that story to the investors, and the investors thought that they had like heart and will to get their Airbnb product or Airbnb company off the ground, so they funded them.
That's awesome.
So
So there you
that
go.
was
So
an idea.
create some
Ralph's
Barrios.
Snacks.
Yeah. Speaking of that, are we buying or are we shorting Snapchat right now?
Oh, shorted so hard. Corey and I have a big bet.
It's down again today.
It is. I guarantee you, it's going to go to $18, and I'm going to make all the money in the world, and you're going to just be
Why?
stuck.
I have it at 17.
You may make it. You're
I have it
just,
at 17.
No, you don't. You have it at 24.
Oh, in our theoretical
No, you don't.
world,
You
yes,
have
I
it at 24.
No,
and you're gonna have to wait 3 years.
I got
you're gonna have to
ideal
wait.
pricing.
You're gonna.
I was employee.
Snapchat's
employee pricing.
It's going to zero. Eventually, it's going to go to zero.
They're a
Right
camera
now,
company.
no, they're terrible. Their glasses aren't selling anymore.
You don't know this.
I do
Because
know.
Josh told you
No,
this.
no, no. Inside scoop.
Inside
no one is
scoop.
buying
Inside
the Snapchat because you don't even wear them. There's no. They are
I wear
an
them all
amazing,
of the
beautiful,
time.
really
I
cool
wear them
product.
all of the time. When I'm snowboarding,
Short
when I'm
Snapchat.
NASCAR driving, when I'm
Legal
when I'm-
disclaimer
when
that
I'm
we are
fishing.
not certified to give financial advice, so don't actually listen to us. But I'm making all the money on Snapchat, shorting it. That's it.
That's
Hope
it.
you liked Uncommon Finds. Some good stuff in there today. Feel like gems. What is this? The BMW Tupac was shot in. It's for sale.
It's up for sale.
Could
for
you imagine?
$1.5
What if I was
million.
driving a
$1.5
Beamer?
million.
What if I showed up and I was driving the Beamer that Tupac got shot in?
I don't even know.
You think that would
Asking
be?
price is $1.5 million.
You think
Oh
you
my
didn't get
gosh.
that for it? Is it OBO? Or best offer?
The car has only accumulated 90,000 miles.
How do you get 90,000 on it?
Because he was rolling. Where is it for sale? Where can someone get this if they want to buy?
Let go.
According to Kelley Blue Book, an identical BMW with similar mileage sells to a private party for roughly $2,578.
Wait, so critically acclaimed, commercially successful MC. Wait, who's selling it? Where can I get it? Oh, it's an auction
I
house.
think it's an auction house.
There you go.
That new Pac
Go
movie's
get
coming
that.
out, too.
Get that new Tupac BMW.
That new one.
I mean, I guess it's not too new. Thanks. See you guys. See you later.